everybody, welcome back to our channel. So it's Friday, October the 3rd, and the kids and I are just doing some things around the house. I'm actually getting ready to help a friend out. I have a friend that's getting married tomorrow, and she and her groom-to-be, which is also my friend, we all go to church together, asked me if I would consider doing the food for the reception. So I told them I would be honored to do that for them, just as a way to serve them. So I am getting ready to get started on that. It's about 6:30 now, and the reason I'm doing things later is because I want the food to be as fresh as possible. The wedding is tomorrow at 2 o'clock, and I'm going to put on a few things and prep a few things tonight, and then I'm going over to the venue early in the morning. They do have a stove and a refrigerator there, and prep space, and my tables are already set up. So I'm going to be putting out the food. But I thought I'd bring you along and just kind of show you a little bit of the process of what it is that I'm going to be doing for them, and maybe share with you kind of my thought process for the menu. Okay, so let me share with you briefly, and you'll have to look over all my scribbles because it's how my brain works. But this is just a regular journal. I got this from Walmart. I think I paid 88 cents for it or something. But I thought I would start writing down all of my events in here, and that way I can keep all of my notes in one place. This is easy enough for me to just carry in my purse. I mean, it's a small notebook. But I did want to share with you kind of my plan for the wedding. And I have already been shopping, so I've made some notes. So the wedding is tomorrow at 2 p.m. And so for their meal, I'm going to be doing meatballs, Mississippi roast, sliders, chicken salad. I'm doing buffalo chicken salad. I'm also doing regular chicken salad. I'm going to be doing some of those on croissants and some on rolls. I had previously thought about doing eclairs, mini cheesecake bites. I am doing a punch. And then for the sliders, I'm doing a garlic butter sauce. I'm doing a nacho bar. I am doing a trifold, and I'm going to do some fruit. And then over here, so that was my menu, those first two pages. And then I wrote down what I was making and then what ingredients I needed for each item. So I'm doing chicken salad. I ended up getting 4 chickens. There's going to be about 61 guests, so I'm not sure how many are adult, how many are children, and I just like to make sure I have enough food for people. So I'm doing regular chicken salad, and this is just chicken relish, mayo, grapes, and celery. A lot of times I will add nuts to mine, but because of nut allergies, I'm leaving the nuts out. I do like almonds, slivered almonds in this as well, but I'm leaving that out. And instead of getting 3 chickens, I actually picked up 4. Because by the time I pulled the chicken off the bone, and I got the rotisserie chickens because I did not have time to cook the chickens and make the chicken salad. I actually was only able to go and do my shopping early because Alana was sick today. So I took today off to take her to the doctor and to get Jackson over to allergy. Alana ends up having a, what is it? She has post-nasal drip, sinus, something. Her allergies are just really bad. It's dripping down to the back of her throat, making her worse. And so but she's now feeling nauseous from the antibiotics. So we have just been through it over here. She has a referral also to the same allergy place that Jackson is going, and with that appointment is in a couple weeks. I am doing a buffalo chicken salad, and for this I just need chicken, buffalo wing sauce, celery, and blue cheese dressing. I usually try to put a few blue cheese crumbles in here, but I forgot to pick some up. So I'm not going to worry about it. The blue cheese dressing will have plenty of what I need in there. So I have bought croissants, and I've also bought just soft rolls, and I'm going to use those for these 2 items. Over here, I'm doing the Mississippi pork roast sliders. So I needed the brown gravy packet, the ranch packet, some butter, onions, peppers, pepperoncinis, and then the meat, which I did pick up at Sam's. And I have sweet Hawaiian rolls for this. I have about 64 rolls, I think. So I'm doing 64 of these sandwiches. I'm hoping to do 60 of the regular chicken, and then 60 of the buffalo chicken. And so down here, I made some notes that I was doing 2 meats. I'm doing a pork and a chicken. I didn't finish out my veggie list, but I have carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, sweet peppers, and some grape tomatoes. I got that there. And then for fruit, I actually just ended up getting grapes and strawberries. I did not get the blackberries or the pineapples. It was just going to be too much. And then just some generic things I needed: foil, Ziploc bags. I need foil pans just to carry stuff. Now I'm doing a lot of the prep here, and I'll do most of everything at the venue tomorrow. But I have to get there early enough to kind of wipe stuff down, because I don't know. I saw the venue and it was clean. It looked clean, but I wasn't actually in the kitchen. So I plan to go in with my cleaning bag and get a few things wiped off before I start actually doing my food prep or food assembly. So some garlic and butter. I have to take my own pots and pans. I've got to have some dish soap for dishwashing, some rags, and then serving trays. So I'm doing a punch, and I had originally planned to do Sprite and Hawaiian punch. I was going to do a blue Hawaiian punch and a red Hawaiian punch. They did not have blue at the store I went to, so they only had red. So I ended up getting cranberry ginger ale to go with that. And I also got red Hawaiian punch, cranberry ginger ale, and apple juice. So I'm going to try those 3 to see what combination I can come up with. There, one of the flowers in the wedding is kind of a blush pink, a blush red. So I was kind of hoping to get a blush color by doing these combinations here. We'll see. I got some mini bottled waters for people who don't want a sweet drink. I did not get any diet. I didn't get any tea. I'm just doing punch. That was what she asked for. And then I was just going down here. I got some honey mustard sauce for the sliders. I was going to do some chocolate covered strawberries and pretzel rods, but I just don't think I have enough time. So I got something else in the place of that. And then the last few things that I needed to pick up, I got the chips for the nacho bar, the Ziploc bags, and the foil. So let me show you kind of some of the items that I purchased today at Sam's. So I have a couple things in a couple different places in my house. This is what's on the kitchen table. So they are having wedding cake, which is a red velvet wedding cake. So I got a party platter of cookies. There's chocolate chip macadamia nuts. There's oatmeal raisin. And then there's like some with the M&M colors in there. I got those from Sam's. This is a veggie tray that was already put together. So I just got a few more carrots and some of the grape tomatoes with a few of the sweet peppers. I got the this is not horse, this is honey mustard. I almost got the horseradish for the sliders, but I got the honey mustard. The blue cheese dressing, this is what I'm going to use in the buffalo wing chicken salad. I got 2 things of salsa, and I'm going to be using salsa, one on the meatballs, and then one for the nacho bar. So I'm going to be doing probably 3/4 of this on meatballs and then the other on the nacho bar. Just my Ziploc bags and my Reynolds wrap. Harris Teeter had buy one, get one free cheese. So I got Colby Jack, Monterey Jack, sharp cheddar, and pepper jack. I'm just going to do cheese and grapes and strawberries on a platter. I got salted butter. This is for the sliders. I'm doing 3 pork roasts, and I'm hoping to get 60 sandwiches out of that. I got the nacho cheese. This is from Sam's. This is just a big thing of nacho cheese. I do have 8 of these rotisserie chickens. Back here, I've got grapes, and then I have celery hearts, which I'll be cutting up. And I also have 3 things of strawberries. So 3 things of grapes, 3 things of strawberries. One of the grapes I'm going to be using in the regular chicken salad, and the other 2 will just be used as on the table as fruit. So I have my croissants. We actually ended up getting 2 of these. So there are 40 croissants in here. We're going to cut them in half and then stuff them half regular, half buffalo chicken. And then I got the soft rolls here. We'll stuff half and half. And then under there I have the Hawaiian sweet rolls. Then I got barbecue sauce, and this is going to be for the meatballs, the other set of meatballs that I'm going to be doing. I have some trays because I think I'm going to put my meatballs in the oven. I got onions, and then I also got green bell peppers. This is going to be, I'm going to have 3 crock pots going tonight for my sliders because I want them to cook individually. Let me bring you over to my fridge. Okay. In the fridge, I've got the trifold. That's 1 trifold. So I've got the cookies, a trifold, the cake, and I'm trying to think, sweet veggies. I mean, sweet fruit. So I think we're going to be okay. Then I have this cauliflowers for our house. The roasts here. This is Angus beef, guaranteed Angus beef. So I have 3 of those roasts. And I'm hoping I can get 60 sandwiches or as many as I can. And then I have 2 big bags, so it's 12 pounds of meatballs. The Angus beef was a really good deal because when I was just at Harris Teeter, it was way more than that. And then over here, I have the rest of the items that I'll be, well, some stuff is still in my car. So I've got grapes here. This going for the chicken salad. I've got the other chickens here. I'm going to be doing, I'll use this ranch in the regular chicken salad, and I'll use this blue cheese in the buffalo wing chicken salad. I've got the hot sauce. That's going to go for the buffalo chicken salad. I've got regular relish for regular chicken salad. And then I have this. This is red hot sweet chilies for a thing of meatballs. So I'm going to do barbecue, and then I'm going to do the red hot chilies and mix that with the salsa. So I've done it before, and people thought it was really, really good. I have the ranch packets. I just got the brown gravy packets. So that's going to be for the sliders. I've got pepperoncinis. Let me see. Oh, here. I got 1 thing of the pepperoncinis from there. I've got 2 things of black beans. This is going to be for the nachos, and this is going to be for the regular chicken salad if I need it to balance out the ranch. And then down here, I just have 2 things of apple juice. So in my car, I have all of the soda, the rest of the punch, soda, punch, paper towels, just in case I need them. So after I go ahead and get all of my meat and stuff picked off the bones, then I'm going to just pack up all the stuff I need to take. So I'm going to take a big carry basket of kitchen towels, kitchen rags, washing soap, just some general, probably I'll take the orange cleaner or the awesome clean, whichever, or Fabuloso, whichever one I have. And just, I'll take my broom. They may have a broom there, I'm not sure. But I just want to make sure that I have all the stuff that I need, because once I get to venue, I don't plan to leave. So, probably what a lot of you may not know is whenever we were to have like a event at church, I've coordinated the majority of the events, Christmas parties, holiday parties, Easter, Easter events, whatever. I just do the coordinating for that. I do all the food. I get all the volunteers. I make sure that everybody signs up for something, and then I usually fill in whatever is not there. And we do a really good job as far as coming together as a church to do that. So for the last, I'd say 8 years, I've been doing it. And I was really honored that they asked me to do the food for them. I'm a little bit nervous because, I love to cook. I love to cook for my family. I love to cook for other people as well. But they have family coming in from out of town that don't know me. But I guess they wouldn't know a caterer either. So I'm just praying that all goes well. Trust me, I am praying. I think it should be fine. The kids and I, as soon as they come back in from walking the puppy, are going to make sure that we go ahead and give the kitchen a good sweep down and all the counters a good wipe down, so that I can jump in and just start getting some things squared away. So as we start doing more things, I'll bring you back and let you kind of see our process. Okay, everybody, so now I am getting ready to put the roast into the crock pot. I have 3 active crock pots going right now, and I'm doing a chuck roast. This is guaranteed Angus beef. I got this from Sam's. So I'm going to make this a cheesesteak, and the way I'm going to do that, I'm doing a cheesecake slider. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the roast in. I'm going to do 1 packet of the brown gravy, 1 packet of ranch dressing, pepperoncinis, and then some butter. And then when it's done, tomorrow I'll shred it and then I'll stuff it into the Hawaiian sweet rolls. Also, to give it that cheesesteak flavor, I'm going to be adding in peppers and onions. So I have just chopped and sliced, I don't know how many peppers and how many onions, but I have been crying. So let me get this done. I do have 8 chickens already deboned and ready to go into the chicken salad. So I did spray this crock pot. It is on low. And now I'm putting in the roast. It's a pretty thick roast. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a pretty significant roast. So I was watching Jennifer from the Family Fudge, and she actually roasted hers, one she did for a birthday party, overnight. So I'm gonna roast mine overnight. It's 9:30. I have to be at the venue by 8 a.m. So this should be done, let me see. This should be done by 6 o'clock. 6:30 would actually give me 8 full hours. And so I'm just going to shred it, put it in a little container, and we're going to be good to go. So let me just show you how I'm going to throw this together. So I do have a package of the ranch dressing. I might should have gotten 2 because this is a bit thick. The meat is thick. And I'm doing 3 of these, hoping to get 60 sandwiches. So I've got the ranch seasoning mix, 1 thing of McCormick brown gravy. That ranch seasoning packet I got from Aldi. I just had it at home. To this I'm going to add in about 1/3 of this jar. This is whole pepperoncinis. So I add in about, I'm doing 3 roasts. I do have provolone cheese. I don't intend for these to be hot, but that'll give it a little bit of spice. I also am going to do a stick of butter. And I'm going to save a stick for the tops in the morning. And I'm just cutting it into little cubes. To that, I'm going to add in a good handful of the peppers and onions just on top. And as the meat cooks, I'm hoping that the peppers and onions will get cooked as well. And I just did these in rounds. I bought a 10-pound bag of onions and they were just absolutely huge. But I do want to have some of the onion in the sandwiches to make it just like cheesesteak. I'm going to use a provolone cheese. So I think that's good for this crock pot. I'm going to put the top on, let that cook until about 6:30 in the morning. So now I'm just going to do that 2 more times. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, October the 4th. Today is the day of the wedding. It is really early. It's about 6:30. I've been up for about 45 minutes. Excuse me, I've been up for about 45 minutes. Just getting myself together, getting the kids together before I pack up all the food. I have to leave here at about 7:30 in order to make it to the venue in time to meet the groom. He's actually meeting me to let me into the venue. So I wanted to show you what I was able to get done overnight. And we're getting ready to start packing up all the stuff. So here's what I've been able to do. All right, in this pot right here, well, this is one of the crock pots. I've got the steak with the peppers and the onions. This has been cooking since about 9:30 last night, so about 8 full hours. And I'm gonna take all this meat out and transfer it to silver trays so that we can transport it. And I'm gonna reserve some of that juice in case I need it. But I've got that done. This crock pot is done. This crock pot is done as well. And I have a third crock pot. So these are the things I did not use. We're going to just store those back in the pantry because I didn't use everything I had pulled out. In my fridge, that's the clean bag. I got to get my cleaning supplies out. In the fridge, we're getting ready to move out the trifle. All of the chicken salad is done. So I have buffalo chicken salad. And then I have regular chicken salad. I was able to remember to get the cheese out, so I didn't forget that. Then I'll move out the meatballs. You probably have a hard time seeing it, but the meatballs are back there. So over here is what's left of what I was prepping last night. I've got rolls and Hawaiian rolls. I went ahead and cut the croissants in half. We're just going to do mini sandwiches. And we're going to just pack up all of this stuff that is here. And I have to show you my car so you can see how much stuff is left we put in the car already. Okay, so this is the back of my trunk. This is why I need a van. And after I get that student loan paid off, I'm going to be working towards saving up for a van because I just cannot get all of the stuff I need on a normal basis packed up in my car because I don't have food in here yet. So what I'm going to do, it's hard to see and I apologize. I've got all my serving dishes in here. So I've got this server, there's a server here, and there's another server behind that one. There's another big server here, there's a server here. This is my drink dispenser, and then over here I've got drinks and last minute things. So Alana and I are getting ready to move all of these server pieces into the trunk and the front seat of my car so I can put the cooler in here with food. Okay, everybody, so I am at the venue now, and I am getting everything squared away. I'm setting up my stations how I like to work, and because I've never been in this kitchen before, I am actually doing a little bit of just some base cleaning on the countertops, and I'm actually going to wipe down the stove because I will use that. But the first thing I need to do is get my 2 crock pots going, and then I'll keep working on my prep stations. So let me just turn the camera around and I'll be able to show you what I've gotten done so far. Okay, so this is the kitchen, and I'll show you kind of how my mind is working right now. So I've come in and I've gotten all the counters wiped off with some of this Clorox stuff. I'm actually going to move that above the fridge so it's not right there. But I had to go out and buy the Clorox wipes, and I got the dish soap this morning. So here I'm going to do a barbecue sweet meatball. These dishes will have to be washed, so I'm going to move those over to the sink. And again, I'm going to move those cleaning products up to the fridge. Here is where I have my meat for my sliders. So that's all ready to be. I got to get the fat out and pick off the pepperoncinis. But other than that, I'm just going to shred that, put the provolone on, and then put that in the oven for just a few minutes to melt the cheese. Here I'm doing a spicy salsa meatball, so I've gotten that crock pot ready. I've got my salsa, my sweet chili sauce, and the meatballs there. Here I'm doing nachos, so I've got my cheese, my salsa. I do have some black beans I have to pull out. They're still in my basket, so I've got black beans to go with that. I went ahead and washed out the sink this morning, but I do have a couple of serving trays, and again, those other ones I'll pull over here. This I brought to go ahead and wash out my fruit, and if I have to wash any dishes, I just brought this little, we got it from the Dollar Tree. So I brought that for my fruit, and I actually forgot the trifold, but that's okay, I have something else to hold it. I'm gonna do a cream cheese and powdered sugar dip for the fruit. So I brought my mixer here, the cream cheese, and the powdered sugar there. And then here are the cookies. And then this was, I just asked them to give me a prep table just so I could lay things here So this is the prep table. Through there you can see is where the reception will be. But I've got my drinks over here because my drink station will be set up just around this corner right there. So I don't want to have to walk too far. And then I've got my veggies here. This is all my rolls. I'm going to move those. And then all my plates and cups. This drink dispenser is going on the other side of this curtain because it's a pass-through, so you can kind of see back there. And we don't want that. So I'm going to continue working on getting things out of my bags. I have pulled out the majority of the things that I had in here, and I'm just going to keep working to get myself squared away. The first thing I wanted to do was get the crock pots on. So this is what the reception room looks like. So the teams came out and they set up Thursday and Friday, and then of course this is my area. So I'm going to have my drink station will be here. I have punch and bottled waters. We're going to pull the name badges off, name tags off of those, so they'll just be plain. And then I have this big serving piece that I'm going to set out here, and then everything else will go around. So I'm going to be using this top shelf layer as well. I'm going to try to do cascading chips, so it looks like the chips are falling off that way, and then that's just the remaining. So there's the gift table, and then the bride and groom will be up here. And we will put out the cake will go out here as well. Sorry about the shaking, y'all. So the cake will go here. The bride is a writer, so that's what all the books and the writing is for. And then they're toasted for their toast, and that's where they will sit. Here's something I thought was really interesting that they did. They have these tables here with the runner, you know, and the napkins. And then they have these tables, these two tables with the butcher paper on it. And what they did was, because the bride has kids, and most everybody we know have kids, they put crayons out so that the kids could doodle as they're waiting for, you know, different things to happen for the day. So I thought that was neat. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself squared away. I'm gonna go ahead and get back in the kitchen and start getting things done that I need to get done. It's about 9:15. I plan to have everything done by 12:30, 1 at the latest, but 11:30 if I'm lucky. So my kids will get here at 1. A friend of mine is bringing them over. God bless her eternal soul for doing that and helping me out, because I live about 30 minutes away. So if I left here at 1, got there by 1:30 to pick them up, and then got back, it would be right at 2 o'clock, and the wedding starts at 2. So I didn't, in case something doesn't get cooked or I'm still prepping or processing, I just asked her if she would bring them, and she was gracious and said that she would. So I'm thankful for that. I'm going to get started, and I'll come back in just a little bit and let you see the progress. Hey everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to share a little bit with you before I end the vlog of the wedding reception. I was sharing that with you guys. It's actually the next day. It's Sunday, the 4th of November. And of course, I was doing the food for a wedding of some friends of mine. And I did all of that, and I didn't get any footage after the last bit of footage that you'll see before you see this. And here's why. And I was like, oh man, you didn't get any pictures, you didn't get anything, Shakema. Shame on you. But let me explain why I didn't and why I'm okay with that. The groom, I've known him probably for about 8 years now. He goes to my church. And the bride also goes to our church, but she didn't start there as at the same time. So I've known him longer, and I know her, but I'm probably closer friends with her. And we have a real small church community, and we all work together. We all help each other out, no problem. Let me take my glasses off. I always get a glare. So his mom, the groom's mother, had a stroke. It might be about 6 to 8 weeks now. And so she didn't do that immediate recovery thing. She actually had to go into, what is that? Rehab. She had to go into rehab. And so with that being said, they knew she was not going to be able to make the wedding. So they had initially planned to do a small little separate ceremony for her Like they all went over to the nursing home where she was, and they did the exchange of their vows with her kids, because the lady he married, she has children. He doesn't have any children. He's 54 years old, and he just get married for the very first time. Such a sweethearted man. She is a relatively younger than him. That's neither here nor there, but they make a really sweet couple. So anyway, they went over to do the vows with the mom and his dad as well. So they come over to the reception hall, because they got married outside of the reception hall. They had like this gazebo thing. And they do their vows there for all of us. And of course, we go in and we get food and stuff ready. We're having the reception. Everything is going really nice. Now, I'm running back and forth. I had a team of 5 people that were supposed to help me. And through a series of unforeseen circumstances, not one of those individuals could help me except my sister, but she had to help me on the back end. And I knew that because she was coming from work. So she helped with the cleanup and the tear down. But 3 other people, however many, something happened. We had a family loss, so somebody had to travel out of state. Then another one's, her husband changed their schedule, so she had to be somewhere else. And then one of the little boys of another lady, he was at a field trip on Friday. She got called. He fell off a piece of some kind of play equipment, ended up with a concussion and a contusion, so she didn't come either. So it was just me. Got there at 8, and I was there till about 1 o'clock by myself. And then finally my kids came, and I didn't want them to come early because I would have had to leave Grace home for a long while. And we don't ever like to leave her by herself if we don't have to, for long periods of time. So what we do try to do is be here with her as much as we can, and then we will leave when we need to. We feel like as we invited her into our family, so we just don't like to leave her here by herself. That's just not what we didn't get her for her to be just a house dog by herself. So I do always try to make sure that someone is here with her as much as we can. And my son did not come home this weekend. So anyway, I digress. Back to the reception. So you saw the venue, you saw the table set up and where I was going to put things, but I did not get a chance to do anything further. So we're at the reception, and I am getting all of the foil and different wrappers off of the food, and I noticed that the groom his phone is ringing, because we always pick on him about that phone. He's got that phone with him. I don't care where it is. So here it is, your wedding day, and you got your phone on your hip. So he takes his phone off and he steps outside. Well, all of a sudden the bride is not there anymore. And then our pastor's gone, and then our pastor's wife leaves, and then the matron of honor leaves. And by this time I'm thinking something is a little funny here. What is happening? What is going on? Now, everybody else is just having a good time. The music is going. The kids are playing. And, we're just having a regular reception. Well, pastor steps back in and he says, can I have your attention, please? And everybody gets quiet. They turn the music off. And he says, they went over this morning to do the vows for his mom because she could not be with us at the reception. He just got a phone call that his mother had passed away. So, out of respect for that piece of it, I didn't feel like I needed to record anything further. Because the party was over by then, everybody was up, they were upset visibly. We were just so taken aback because they said they were over there this morning. She looked really good. Her spirits were high. She just, it was great being there. And so the party was done, and I was like, y'all, let's just, everybody that was from our church and just jumped in and started cleaning up, because he, and rightfully so, wanted to go ahead and leave, because they were going to leave the reception and head back over to see his mom and just, spend a little time with her. They knew they were on a time crunch during the morning time because they were trying to get back over to do the wedding where we were. And so they just said, hey, listen, we're going to go back over. But after the phone call, he immediately got himself changed, and they made arrangements for the children, and they went over, I guess, back to the nursing home where his dad was to see what all arrangements needed to be made. So how sad, how happy a day, your wedding day, but how sad a day it's the same day your mom passes. And you would have to know the background. He lived with his parents until right now when he's just getting ready to be married, because his parents were elderly and they were like sickly. Both of his mom and dad had health issues, so he was living with them to help take care of them. And of course met this nice lady, and she was also helping to take care of the parents as well, knowing that these were going to be her family now as well. So again, I do hate that I didn't film the rest of it so you could see the presentation and how things were set. It turned out really nice. My kids came in and jumped in and helped, and another lady from the church, she got there a little early because her husband was putting out chairs outside. And so she just jumped in, and they were, you know, turning on all the lights. We got the cake put out. Pastor's wife came out and helped us get the cake and stuff put out. I mean, it was just very nice. But again, out of respect for that particular turn of events, I just did not vlog the rest of it. So I do hope that you will be gracious enough to be okay with the fact that the rest of it did not get filmed. And I do apologize. Next time I do an event, I will try to get all of it filmed for you. But we are heading to the park. It's Sunday, and we're going to Park Sunday with our church, just because we had a big day yesterday and so many people from the church were involved in yesterday. We're just going to take a chill day, let the kids go out and play, and Pastor will probably preach a little bit outside, but that's what we're doing. So thank you so much for stopping by our channel. We love you. We are honored to have you as always, and we'll see you next time. Bye.